Branded content is an effective response to an increasingly saturated market. Today, users are constantly overwhelmed with ads and information to the point that many of them resort to solutions such as ad blockers or develop ad blindness. To combat the disdain for traditional advertising, brands need to look for new ways to connect with their audience, find creative ways to get the public's attention, and convey the values they represent. And branded content is a great solution to all of these needs. Therefore, in this video, we'll take a look at what exactly is branded content, what advantages it has for brands, and we'll give some of the best examples to show it. Let's get started. Let's begin with the definition of this concept. Branded content is a marketing technique that involves creating content that is directly linked to a brand, allowing consumers to make a connection with it. To further define branded content, let's take a look at some of its main characteristics. It is focused on the values of the brand, not on its products or its services. Although it can adopt the format of a classic video spot, it is based more on the intangible qualities of the brand than on the specific product it offers. It seeks to generate conversation and notoriety about the brand. More than looking for a direct sale or conversion, this type of content tries to impact the audience and spark conversation around the brand. Therefore, the key metrics to measure the success of branded content tend to focus on the notoriety and the number of mentions. It generates added value for the user. Normally, we think of advertising as a price to pay to consume the content that really interests us, but branded content seeks to turn this idea around and create content that users actually want to consume. Generally, this added value comes in the form of entertainment. It appeals to emotions. Branded content does not seek to use rational arguments about why a brand is better than the competition, but instead it tries to connect with the audience on a more intimate level. It uses storytelling. In essence, this type of content seeks to tell a story about the brand to the viewer with protagonists as well as a beginning, middle, and an end. It can be presented through multiple formats and channels. Branded content is a very flexible concept, so it can be adapted for many different formats like videos, podcasts, video games, events, or even combine several of them to tell a history of the brand. Likewise, there are many different ways to spread this content, from apps to social networks to the brand's website. The content may be co-created. It is very common for brands to collaborate with film directors or other renowned professionals to create their most outstanding content. But the collaborations don't end there. User-generated content is also a popular resource, allowing users themselves to tell the stories about the brand and thus get involved while providing content. The term branded content is relatively new, so there is still some confusion about it, and sometimes it gets mistaken for other related techniques. This is why we'll take a look at the difference between branded content and conventional advertising, content marketing, and product placement. Let's start with branded content versus conventional advertising. Conventional advertising focuses on products and services, but branded content does not. Although products can appear in the content, they are not the main focus, nor are they directly talked about. Instead, there is greater focus on more abstract values and brand story. In comparison with conventional advertising, branded content is not invasive. TV spots or digital formats such as banners and pop-ups are based on grabbing the user's time and attention, so the goal is that the user consumes branded content voluntarily. Branded content versus content marketing. Content marketing is a broader concept. It is a strategy that encompasses all types of content created by the brand, while branded content would be a specific type of content within the overall strategy. Within a content marketing strategy, there is room for many types of content that are not branded. For example, informative guides, video tutorials, or testimonials. So branded content would be within content marketing. Branded content versus product placement. In product placement, the product always appears very explicitly and clearly, while in branded content, this is not an essential requirement. Product placement is passive. The control over what involves the product and the context of the placement is mostly decided by the creators of the main content, for example, a movie or a series, and not by the brand itself. And finally, product placement does not use storytelling. The main story is not related to the product or the brand, while branded content is always related to the brand's corporate values. Now that we've taken a look at the definition and the differences between branded content and other types of marketing strategies, let's see what are the advantages of using branded content. It is not invasive. Conventional digital advertising generates more rejection among users with banners that hinder navigation. Instead, branded content seeks to attract them naturally and make them want to get involved. It generates an emotional connection. The best branded content is capable of telling stories that excite the audience. This emotion gets associated with the brand, making users remember it for a long time. It has the potential to go viral. Branded content is presented in shareable formats that often lead to the content being shared through social networks. It can quickly generate a snowball effect that can go a long way. It improves the positioning of the brand while generating engagement and loyalty. Instead of just repeating a slogan, it tells a story that represents the values we want to associate with the brand. So the positive associations and the characteristics associated with the brand register in the minds of the audience. It can help promote traffic and leads. Although it is associated more with notoriety and metrics, a good branded content campaign can also serve to bring a large amount of traffic to your website and start introducing users into the conversion funnel. To better understand the concept of branded content, we'll show you some examples of brands that did a great job with it. 1. The Morning Show. In 2019, Apple launched original programming on their new Apple TV Plus service, and one of the shows they included was The Morning Show, where we can see a wide range of Apple products throughout the series. This show is created by Apple for Apple and features their products in a way that highlights their diversity and integration into everyday life. 2. Red Bull. This brand of energy drinks is one of the most successful examples of branded content. Today, most of their marketing is focused on creating stories that promote brand values such as athleticism and love for risk-taking. No doubt the most famous example of Red Bull is the jump of Felix Baumgartner from the stratosphere. He created a world record and managed to have half the planet paying attention to them for days. The returns from the related advertising tripled the investments, and the event was also very memorable and had a positive long-term impact on the brand. 3. Savage X Fenty Show. This American lingerie brand is a great example of how to use events to generate branded content. Every year, Savage X Fenty's famous fashion show generates widespread anticipation. It has become a phenomenon of popular culture in the United States, and it appears in the media for months, with people speculating who will be the chosen models, who's going to perform at the show, and how the garments will look. Thanks to this, they have achieved great brand notoriety and have become unmistakable. And that's all for today. Make sure to release your creativity if you want to launch a branded content strategy and apply some of the advice we've given to you today. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe to our channel to be aware of everything related to marketing. Leave a comment suggesting more examples of branded content strategies that brands have made to inspire more viewers. See you next time.